Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club.
I've been told that's what this show is called.
We just had a discussion, off camera, off recording, about what the name of this show is, because somebody thought it was something crazy and wild. I forgot what you said already.
Is it so wild to dream about the Fun Time Friends and Company show?
I want there to be I want that to be our Wario and Waluigi.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make those accounts. And I'm going to start beef.
And you're not going to tell me it's you.
No.
All right. Well, it's Halloween.
Blah.
Oh, you're not going to argue with me on it this time?
No, that was a Dracula. Come to say hello.
Oh, hi, Dracula. There's no theme song really on this show, but I bet it made a sound. Play the sound.
Oh, you know what the theme song is.
What's the theme song?
Resident Evil.
Oh, there you go. Do you have much of a history with Resident Evil?
Not really, but I watched my roommate play through the Resident Evil 2 remake so many times that I memorized all of the lock combinations, and I still have no idea what the plot is.
Resident Evil 2 is the only one I played at the time, but I think we got to where the first red skinless zombie shows up and then never played any further.
It's too scary.
Yeah. Every time
I
we got
I
to
played through most of Resident Evil 5 and I hated it.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, since those days, I have finished Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 7, but that's it. So those are the only ones that I really have any experience with.
Yeah.
I finished them both.
Congratulations. I have the first one now and I need to play it.
The mansion one?
Yeah.
Oh, did I buy it for you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Gotta get my spook on.
So Resident Evil came out in 1996 for the PlayStation and later got ported to Windows and Sega Saturn. It's made by Capcom.
Our friends.
I always forget that it's made by Capcom.
Me too, but you could turn your hunter into Claire Redfield in World.
In Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
I'm pretty sure you can turn them into Leon Kennedy too.
Huh. I don't remember those for some reason. I remember Ryu.
Yeah, and Sakura.
Yeah. And in Rise, I remember turning my dog into Rush from Mega Man.
That was pretty cool.
But, yeah. For some reason, when I think of Capcom, I always think of Mega Man first, and then Ace Attorney, and then Monster Hunter. But it takes a long time for me to think of Resident Evil, even though it's probably one of their biggest franchises.
I probably would have sworn this was a Konami game.
It does have a Konami feel about it, doesn't it? I don't know what it is.
It's got that stink about it.
Yeah, I think because it's more realistic than a lot of Capcom's other stuff. But yeah, did you know that the first Resident Evil actually started as a remake of Sweet Home?
I didn't.
No, I didn't either. Tokuro Fujiwara, the creator of the original Sweet Home game, proposed Resident Evil because advances in graphics would allow him to include a lot of the things that he wasn't able to in the original.
Wow. Sweet Home is the first survival horror game.
Yeah, and Resident Evil is basically a sequel to it.
Interesting.
Resident Evil was directed by Shinji Mikami, who was reluctant to take control of it because he didn't like being scared. And that's exactly why Fujiwara thought he was the right person to direct it.
Right. You don't want me directing it. I'm dead inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the quote was something like, Mikami understands what makes something scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, since the Sweet Home game was developed from a movie license, and Capcom didn't have that license anymore, they had to create a new franchise. but they still used a lot of elements from Sweet Home. Like the inventory system comes from Sweet Home. I didn't realize even like in the first Resident Evil, there's those iconic loading screens every time you go through a door where it's just like
that
the door.
Stupid door.
Yeah. That comes from Sweet Home. I didn't realize.
Oh, okay.
And like telling the story through scattered notes that you find lying around and stuff like that. All this stuff.
That's a staple nowadays.
Yeah. Originally, Resident Evil was going to be a first-person game, but that changed after Mikami discovered Alone in the Dark. So after playing that, he thought that the third-person fixed cameras allowed for more detail, because then they could use pre-rendered backgrounds.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, thinking back on what PlayStation 1 games looked like in 1996.
Right. It would just be like a Doom clone.
That's exactly what... apparently there was like... Some people saw a prototype that was made. I read that there was a screenshot of it out there, but when I tried to find it, all I was coming across was clearly not a screenshot. It was clearly like a painted mock-up of what it would look like.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people who did see the prototype had said that it looked a lot like Doom. And apparently at one point it was going to be on the Super Nintendo, which... like, it would have looked even more like Doom, I guess.
That's wacky wild.
Yeah.
I got my Donkey Kongs, I got my Yoshi, and I got my Resident Evil all in one place.
So, Resident Evil has English voices in every version of the game.
You mean the greatest English voices ever recorded?
Apparently they did record a full Japanese version of the voices, but they were left unused because Mikami was unhappy with the quality. And because the development team didn't speak any English, they were unaware of the quality of the English voices until years later.
I am so glad that we have Jill sandwiches until the end of time now.
Yeah, so that's why they re-recorded all the voices for the remake.
Boo!
Because they realized that those voices weren't as good as they thought they were.
Because they're even better.
Yeah.
It's like how mad I am that they redid the Symphony of the Night voices.
Yeah, well, apparently the original English voices were kind of like camp and bad on purpose.
Oh, it's a Shenmue situation.
Yeah, I read an interview with the voice director, and basically they were given like no direction for the acting, so they didn't know what scenes a lot of these lines were going to be used in. So they recorded them kind of silly on purpose, and they like had a lot of fun recording the voices. But obviously that wasn't what the Japanese developers wanted from it. Yeah, Lynn Harris was the voice director, and she was saying that she's played through the game many times, and some of the lines have been inserted in places that they weren't intended.
Yeah.
So it's like clear that whoever was placing the voice lines in the game didn't understand what was actually being said. So that's why some of the some of the lines are like complete nonsense, because that's not where they were recorded to be put, but someone put them in the wrong place. But anyway, Resident Evil obviously went on to become one of Capcom's biggest things. It's up to what, 8 or 9 now, I think?
Something like that.
Plus a bunch of
they
spin-offs.
had Village, isn't that like the 8th one?
Village is 8, yeah, and I feel like they've announced the next one, but I could be wrong. I feel like I saw something recently about a new Resident Evil.
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah, Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
For a dream?
Nope, for a zombie, probably.
Okay. So my fridge is not going to come to life.
Is that your dream?
No, Requiem for a Dream, the movie.
I don't know it. Is it about a fridge that
So
comes to
uncultured.
life?
It's not about a fridge that comes to life, but it does happen.
Okay. Well, now I'm picturing that it's like Short Circuit, but about a fridge.
It's an extremely depressing movie, which unfortunately has Jared Leto in it, but it was before he went super cuckoo crazy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's always been a little cuckoo crazy, but
I don't know that Jared Leto. I only know super cuckoo crazy.
at least he wasn't the Joker in it.
Okay. Well, anyway, this show, happened.
It did.
Yeah,
I had forgotten about it.
me too. It was produced by Netflix and Constantine Film, who also produced the Resident Evil film series and that Monster Hunter movie we watched.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That sure tells me something.
Yeah, doesn't it? So yeah, this show came out on July 14th, 2022 on Netflix. And it had been in production for a while, but I think got slowed down by the pandemic.
Yeah, it tended to do that.
I'm very confused about the setting of the show. They have said it's an alternate universe to the games, but it's using the games as a backstory. I don't really know what that means.
Right.
And I can't square up what I saw here with what happens in the games that I know of, so...
Okay. I'm relying on you to be the lore master, because I can't compare the two.
I mean, I only know the lore of the first game and the 7th game,
That's all we need. We just need the first game.
Yeah, I wonder... Hang on. I need to see... Okay. All right.
Yeah?
I was just curious about, like, timeline-wise, how this squares up. Yeah, and it doesn't. So...
Okay.
I just looked up an actual, like, chronological timeline of events in the Resident Evil series, and because this show starts in 2022, so I was like, maybe the games haven't made it to 2022 yet. Maybe they can, but the games are up to 2037 apparently. So,
oh, they're ahead of us.
Yeah, Resident Evil Requiem takes place in 2028.
Well, then which one took place in the future?
What?
Like the future. You said 2030 something, right?
No, this show starts in 2022.
Okay. I thought you said that the games made it up to 2030 something.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil Village's epilogue cutscene is in 2037 apparently. That's the furthest along so far.
Oh, I see.
But the half of the show takes place in 2036.
Right.
So it's like, obviously, this didn't happen. Anyway, we watched the first episode, which is called Welcome to New Raccoon City.
There's just so many Raccoon Cities. We can't get enough.
This was written by Andrew Dabb, who was the showrunner. He also wrote for Supernatural, and he wrote for comic adaptations of Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, and Dungeons & Dragons.
Okay.
We're in London. It's 2036 for some reason. Like, as soon as the show started and we see this kind of ruined city, I assumed it was Raccoon City, because that's the place.
Yeah.
That's the Resident Evil place.
But it's London.
It's London. And you know, there's the part where she's on Westminster Bridge with her ear to the ground.
Yeah.
I assume listening for the worm, which doesn't make any sense because she's on a bridge. But
Does she know about the worm?
Well, why else is she listening to the ground like that?
For like stampedes of people? Zombie people?
But she's on a bridge. She'd see them.
I don't know. Maybe her ear got really hot. And she needed to cool it off.
Anyway, she's on that bridge. She's listening to the ground. And I was looking at the distance, assuming it was Raccoon City. And I was like, Raccoon City looks a lot like Westminster. And then it turns out it's Westminster Bridge. So
good deductive reasoning.
This is Jade Wesker. Is that a spoiler?
I know that last name.
That's a spoiler.
I mean, we get that within this episode, so it's not that much of a spoiler.
Yeah, she is played by Ella Balinska, who is known for playing Jane in the 2019 Charlie's Angels, apparently. And she was Frey in Forspoken. Did you hear about Forspoken?
No.
So Forspoken was a game that I remember a lot of people complaining about when it came out because it's basically written like the worst of Joss Whedon's movies.
Good.
You know, it was a lot of the like, she's behind me, isn't she? type writing, you know.
Right.
But, you know, I saw bits of it and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds infuriating. But then I saw more of it and I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like maybe people are overreacting to it just because we're so sick of that kind of writing in movies and stuff.
Right.
But anyway, this girl was the main character of that game in likeness and voice and motion capture, I think.
Still $70? Came out 2 years ago? Calm down, Square Enix.
Yeah, I haven't played it or anything. I think Joe played it. I think he said it was good. But anyway, she has a video call with her family. I guess it's her daughter's birthday.
That is what's implied.
There's the part where the father is like, yeah, go and get your present. I got her the complete works of Shakespeare. And then Jade is like, what? I didn't know she was reading that advanced. And he's like, well, you have been gone for 6 whole months.
Right. Our daughter is 25 now.
It just felt so... What's the word? It didn't feel right.
Right, because didn't she say that she was reading A Wrinkle in Time when she left?
Yeah. And then
an age-appropriate book?
And then in 6 months, she's on to the complete works of Shakespeare. Like, yeah, that does feel a little unbelievable, actually, now that you mention it.
What exactly are you trying to prove here, Dad?
Yeah, there's no actual, like, sense that the kid is ready to read that. It's just like, yeah, that's what I got her. You've been gone 6 months.
I'm replacing her mother with the full works of Shakespeare.
I also got her a bunch of baby clothes and a pregnancy test.
We're covering all our bases.
So the father is I'm going to butcher some name pronunciations here, so bear with me. Arjun Batra, I think. And he's played by Ahad Raza Mia, who apparently is one of the highest paid actors in Pakistan.
Good for him.
He's mostly known for Pakistani drama shows, but he was in Series 2 of World on Fire as Rajib Pal.
Ooh, I don't know what that is.
Me neither, and it's British, so you're even less likely to know what it is. And then the daughter is B, played by Ella Ziegelmeier. Ziegelmeier? I don't know how you pronounce German names.
Let's go with that.
This is the only acting she's done. I found her Instagram account, which is apparently run by her mother.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of just like modeling stuff that she's done. And I think it was saying that she's in German Kids Bop.
Cool.
So yeah, there's this, depressing. I don't know. Did they say where her family are?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's clear that they're a long way away, wherever it is.
I have a lot of questions because they seem to be living a very comfortable middle-class life, and then we see like some Mad Max shit out there later.
Presumably, there's a lot of hints towards like umbrella-controlled territories that are presumably nicer.
Right.
Based on the way people talk about them. So I'm assuming that Jade's family are living in one of those umbrella territories.
Then why is she like a wanted umbrella fugitive?
Oh, I guess we'll probably have to watch the second episode to figure that out, but...
Tell me now!
I don't know. I haven't watched the second episode either. We do get the extra lore that Disneyland is gone. So gone. It's so gone that the kid has never even heard of it.
Right, wiped from everybody's memories but Jade's.
So Jade sets up a camera, wounds a rabbit.
Ugh, anytime you see a bunny in a horror movie, you just know he's not in for a good time.
No, it's a problem. She gets it all set up and she waits for the zombies to come out once they smell the blood. She's not very concealed. That was my first thought.
She's not, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that they're only attracted to the blood, and then we later learn that they go blind after 2 years.
Yeah, but still, I mean, what happens is on her.
It is!
So she watches all the zombies come out of the train station and attack the rabbit, which escapes pretty easily.
Good job.
And apparently she's observing the pack for signs of leadership or higher brain function.
I thought we were gonna see it with that melty-faced zombie.
Oh yeah? Not me.
Like, they just put so much weight on that one particular zombie, and like, he was the one that chased her and got her. And then he died anyway!
Yeah. Well, yeah, so maybe they were showing it, and she was just a dummy. Anyway, yeah, she goes to leave. She cuts herself on the rusty door that she's sitting in.
Dummy.
The zombies chase her, and that one catches her. But she just about reaches her tent, wrestles it off, and then activates some kind of trap that incinerates all of them.
Yeah, the perimeter is just this big flamethrower.
And then there's like red spray that happens afterwards.
I'm assuming that is a flame retardant spray. So like if anything caught fire afterwards, it would extinguish it.
Maybe. That didn't occur to me. I just didn't know what I was looking at. So she's mad because she's ruined 6 months of work by incinerating the pack of zombies she was observing.
Well, maybe she shouldn't have been such a dum-dum.
I know. The whole thing is just she was a dummy.
Yeah. I'm sure she's mad at herself just for being a dummy.
And her husband, or whatever he is, had just told her to be careful, and then she didn't be careful.
You know in a scenario like this, if a significant other tells you to be careful, you're about to get into some shit.
Yeah, that's true. You know, we saw her spraying herself down with some kind of spray, and I thought maybe that was something that would make her undetectable to the zombies. Maybe it was, if they're detecting by smell.
Yeah, she has that speech when she gets dragged to that other compound about how people stink more in the summer, so it attracts more zombies.
Right.
So she's masking her smell, but the blood was too powerful.
I guess so. Well, this is where she gets chased by a giant caterpillar.
I thought it was cute.
You would. But we don't see a lot of that right now because we're going to go back in time to New Raccoon City in 2022. 3 months before the end.
The most boringly designed city.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It's obviously done on purpose, but I'm like, couldn't we have been like a little bit less subtle about it?
Yeah, it's creepy. Everything's pure white. Yeah, it's creepy.
Everybody
I don't like
wears pastels, if not just outright white.
Yeah, all the people are white except for this one family that we're following.
The vehicles are white.
Here we see Jade Wesker again, but now she's young and played by a different actor.
Now she has a sister.
Young Jade Wesker is played by Tamara Smart, who played Enid in the 2017 remake of The Worst Witch. She played Louise in the 2019 remake of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Ooh.
And she was Siobhan in Wendell and Wild, which I've watched. That was a Halloween Netflix movie from the guy who did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Not Tim Burton, because Tim Burton wasn't really that involved in Nightmare Before Christmas. Even though he gets all the credit for it.
Right. Even though he puts his name all over it.
And we have her sister Billy Wesker, played by Sienna Agudong, who played Sophia in Star Falls and Nick in No Good Nick. And then we've got Albert Wesker, played by the late Lance Reddick.
The late?
Yeah, he died recently, sadly.
Oh.
He's known for playing Sharon in the John Wick movies and Cedric Daniels in The Wire. I mostly know him as General Lunaris in DuckTales.
Yeah, you would.
Apparently he also plays Commander Zavala in the Destiny games and Silence in the Horizon games.
I had to look up who he was because his voice kind of sounds like Keith David. But I might just have Keith David on the brain because I watched The Thing again.
When General Lunaris first appeared in DuckTales, I did think it was Keith David at first. But it wasn't. It was this guy. But he's good. Got a good voice.
Yeah, he is. Both of them.
So Jade is like freaked out that they're in South Africa, but it's all white people. That sounds like South Africa to me.
Right.
It sounds like what I know of South Africa anyway.
And they're in the rich section, so that makes sense.
Yeah. A neighbor comes out to greet them and Jade is like cartoonishly abrasive.
Yeah. She's a teenage girl.
Yeah, but
that's just what you have to be.
It's a little too far.
You know, last year we were voted best place to live in the world.
By who? Lululemon Horse? Guys that jerk off to CrossFit? Elon Musk?
I don't know.
It's a joke. Jade thinks she's funny.
They have to let us know that she's the tough one.
Jade hates everything about all of this. Billy's trying to, find the silver lining on moving here.
Right, Jade is mad at her for not trying harder to not move, but it's made very clear that not even their dad had a choice.
Yeah. This was a company directive.
Right.
This is clearly an Umbrella Corp town. Like, they own this town.
Yeah.
This is like, you know that Simpsons episode where Homer gets a job with Globex Corp and they move out to, I want to say it was called like Cypress Creek or something. This is like,
I don't remember that episode.
you don't remember the Hank Scorpio episode?
No.
Oh, we got to watch that after we're done here. Anyway, this is like that.
It's a company town.
Yeah. There's the famous line, the one thing that I knew about this show.
I mostly just read Zootopia porn, so.
I had forgotten that this show existed, but when I heard that line, immediately all of the angry internet people came flooding to my memory. I was like, oh, it was this!
So I think that it's not true and that she's just
I
saying
don't think it is.
Yeah,
she's just trying to be abrasive.
Yeah, she's just trying to be abrasive to this lady who's showing them around.
She's trying to creep her out.
Yeah. So Carol, that's the lady's name. She pulls out like some plates and a knife and she's like, "Who wants a slice of cake?" And I was like, "Lady, where's the cake? There's no cake here."
Right?
What are you gonna slice?
I'm looking at it now, and like there's some kind of like white frosted something, but I swear in the scene where she like has the knife, it's not there anymore.
No, I was looking all around the countertop and I was like, there is no cake.
The cake was in one scene in the distance, and then they took it out and never put it back in.
Well, anyway, when she offers them cake, everybody's gone already.
Wait, there's a formless lump, but like in the
Formless
shot where she has her back to the counter, like she's completely blocking it.
Oh, okay. So is the cake just a white lump?
Yes, the cake is, I mean, like everything in this town, it's
Yeah.
just a white.
I guess that's good set design. Even the
Right.
cake is featureless.
Okay, here, I got a picture.
Okay. It's a pretty tall cake.
Yeah.
Guess that's just what happens.
It's just like uniformly frosted. There's no other color on
Yeah,
it.
there's no like
details.
welcome to New Raccoon City on the top or anything. It is just a
It's
white lump.
Yeah.
Albert leaves because he's got a call about something bad happening in Tijuana, and the girls have gone outside to argue about the living situation, I guess. Actually, you know, we didn't mention it, but speaking of Lance Reddick playing Albert Wesker, I remember there being a lot of fan outrage about the fact that they had a black guy playing Wesker.
Well, that's to be expected from
Yeah.
the nerdy community.
But it's like, it's an alternate universe. If it was supposed to be canon and within the mainline thing, then I would think, yeah, maybe it would have been nicer if they got somebody who looked the part. But if it's an alternate universe thing, like, who cares?
Right.
Wesker's just black in this universe. That's fine. And, you know, sometimes even when they are, you know, casting to get someone who looks the part, sometimes the person who's right for acting it isn't going to look like the fictional character.
Yeah.
So you got to get someone who doesn't look like the fictional character. And that's fine.
But in the future, we'll have AI to make the perfect replica. I don't care how soulless my media is if my Albert Wesker looks like Albert Wesker.
We're just going to have Tilly Norwood play everybody. Do you know
Maybe.
about Tilly Norwood?
Oh, I know about Tilly.
Okay. I've seen 3 pictures of Tilly Norwood and she didn't look like the same person in any of them.
It's the magic of AI.
Anyway, Jade goes to meet local boys and Billy looks at a caterpillar and that segues us back to the future where Jade's getting ate by one.
Yeah.
Oh, there was also a little bit of both world building and foreshadowing, I guess, about how in the past apparently Billy had freed a bunch of frogs from their dissection class.
Yeah, there was a lot about the past segments where I was like, do we really have to make it this obvious? But they did at least tie it all into something.
Yeah, in the end.
Like
yeah.
the vegan t-shirts, the animal activism.
Yeah.
It's like, we get it.
Yeah, but it did come together in the end of the episode.
Yeah. Still a little ham-fisted, but not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, they were foreshadowing something with that.
Yeah.
Some machine gun men show up and rescue Jade from the caterpillar after it's knocked her unconscious. And they check her over and they find a tattoo that tells them she's a survivor. And I was like, what are they then?
Well, like survivors of the ground zero, I guess.
Yeah, that's explained more later. But at this point,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, oh, she's a survivor? Did you
Aren't
guys die?
Because, like, it's not some young children that would have been born since the events happened. They're all adult men.
Yeah, they seem older than she is. We don't spend a long time in the future here because we go right back to the past again.
Yeah.
The show hops around constantly.
I didn't enjoy how much time we spent in the past, but I'm assuming it's going to get better, and this is just the establishing episode.
Yeah, hopefully. Albert is talking to Billy about the move while he's taking a blood sample from her. Then he gets a call and takes it, and he shouts at somebody. And then Jade is like, here's my blood sample, I took it myself. So, you know, she's annoying.
She doesn't understand why he keeps taking the samples because they've never been sick, but then he just injects their blood into his neck.
Is that what he did? I thought he was taking his own sample.
I thought he took one of theirs, maybe.
Maybe. Because I did think, when it happened, I thought it would have been more interesting if he was injecting their blood into himself.
Okay, it could...
It could go either way.
Yeah, it doesn't... Because right next to the one that he grabs, you see Billy's name on it. So I guess I assume that he took Jade's and not his own. We never see exactly which one he uses.
But he is injecting? Because I thought he was taking.
I'm pretty sure he's injecting. Let me... Oh, no, we do see. He grabs one of Jade's.
Oh.
And he puts it into a syringe and injects it into his neck.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that. I thought he was just taking his own blood. Okay, then the thing that I thought would have been more interesting was actually the thing that happened.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't watching closely enough.
Yeah, we clearly watch him compress the syringe, so he's injecting it into his neck.
I mean, when we first saw... I had to watch the first scene where he was taking Billy's blood because I thought he was injecting her at first. So I guess I just always get the direction wrong on a syringe.
You just don't understand how needles work, is what I'm coming to find out.
Yeah. Billy just wants to be invisible at their new school, because apparently at the old school she broke a kid's leg and everyone thought she was a psycho.
Yeah, she was haunted her entire school career with people thinking she's crazy.
It's not super clear why she broke the kid's leg.
He was bullying a younger kid.
Okay. Well, they say that he, kicked a younger kid or something, but they also didn't directly connect that to her breaking his leg.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay. Oh, I was just... She was like, you shouldn't feel bad about breaking his leg because he kicked someone. And I was like, was that at the same time or there's just two different scenarios? I need it spelled out more.
That's what it sounds like.
So they're at school at lunch. Billy is looking for a place to sit. Jade is already sitting at a table with other people. So Billy ends up sitting alone. And then some other loser that nobody likes comes up, and you expect her to be a sympathetic character that's going to become her friend.
Right.
But it turns out there's a good reason nobody likes this bitch.
Oh, I'm vegan.
That's stupid.
I just don't eat animals.
My dad took me hunting last fall. It was awesome. Shot Bambi in the brain. You know, when the end of the world comes, we eat the vegans first.
I was actually pretty glad that she turned out to be a horrible little turd of a person.
Unreasonably horrible.
Right?
For no reason.
Just starting shit because she can.
Yeah, just going up and antagonizing people. No wonder those other kids didn't let her sit with them.
She acts all meek about it when they turn her down. But then she shows up here and she just like starts throwing fists.
Yeah. Her name is Tammy. She's played by Hasina Ali, who, as far as I can tell, hasn't done anything else. She's a real South African actor, though.
Cool.
They get into a fight. Also, we learn that Billy and Jade are twins, but they have different mothers.
Yeah, they were both implanted in a surrogate using different eggs.
In the same surrogate.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Okay. I still don't know if that's exactly what twins means, but...
They were born at the same time. It's fraternal
There's
instead of identical.
Probably lots of people I was born at the same time as.
Oh my god.
I don't know, I thought twins are supposed to come from the same egg. Thought that was how it worked.
No, it doesn't have to. Like that's an identical twin. Fraternal twins are when two different eggs get fertilized. That's
Oh.
why you can have twins that don't look alike.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
No, I don't. So we see an ad for something called Joy that's being developed by Umbrella, which is presumably an antidepressant based on the ad.
It's very unclear. The ad doesn't tell us much of anything, just like any medical ad.
Yeah, but Albert developed it, but he isn't happy with the ad because it's an ad for people who are like depressed or going through a bad time, but the woman in the ad seems to be going through a great time.
Living her best life.
Yeah, I was like, well, you don't know what she's going through, Albert. Just because somebody looks happy on the outside, you know?
I think one would call that a failure of marketing if you have to say, well, maybe she's going through it.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
If your message really has to be guessed at, I don't think you've done a good job.
Well, they're trying to show the after in the ad, not the before. Maybe that's the problem. Albert wants a before and after. Can we start the ad where she's homeless and like struggling, and then at the end of the ad, then she's living in an expensive house with her children?
Well, like the thing about these medical ads is they're all like this, where it's somebody out there living their best life, and it doesn't tell you anything about the condition or the medicine.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of those ads where it's just like some older woman having a great time smiling, playing with her family, and it's like, do you suffer from diarrhea?
It's just somebody laughing at a salad, and it's just rattling on about all the things that could go wrong if you take this medication.
Don't let hemorrhoids ruin your family reunion. So the girls come home. Jade is mad at Albert because he hasn't been answering his phone. And the video of the fight is being spread around the whole school.
They're making fun of her. They're calling her weak.
Billy wants to go apologize to the crazy girl. And Jade thinks that she should beat her up to stop everyone laughing at her. I don't...
She's not wrong.
I don't think either of them are right here.
I think Jade is more right than Billy. You have to bully the bully.
Yeah, the apology is definitely not right.
Yeah.
Then now we're back in the future, and Jade wakes up in a crappy medical facility, and you know it's crappy because there's a flickering light outside.
Because it's all dark and dank, and she doesn't have a blanket.
That too. She tries to... There's some kind of like hologram thing, like future Alexa.
Yeah, future computer.
She tries to pull a map up on it, but she has to sit through an Umbrella ad first, which is too real.
Yeah.
One of the guys who rescued her comes in and tells her that she's in Brighton. Brighton is like more than an hour away from London by train.
Yeah.
In non-apocalypse times. So I was like, how'd they get to Brighton? But that we find out that they came in by helicopter. So, okay, that makes sense.
Right. We also learned that it is impossible to go in by car because there is a sea of zombies.
A sea of them. So this guy is Tate, played by Nicholas Pauling, known for playing T-Man in Urbo, The Adventures of Pax Africa.
Oh, my favorite.
And Harrison in Warrior. I don't know what either of those things are, so...
No.
So this is like a scrap camp they've built. It's like a... What's the town in Fallout? Megaton?
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of that. It's like this walled town made of scrap metal. They are extracting scrap from London and selling it to cities around the world. He talks about like doing business with Oslo.
Well, they do have a helicopter.
Yeah, I guess so. Jade wants to get back to her camp to pick up her stuff, but they can't leave tonight because the helicopter, I guess, is like having maintenance overnight or something.
I just assumed it was out on a different run.
Oh, maybe. I wasn't listening, to be honest. For some reason, they can't use the helicopter until tomorrow, and they can't leave by car because of the sea of zombies outside. And fair enough. I want to talk about the setting, right?
Okay.
Because the whole world is apocalypsed in this show. That's not the case in the games, as far as I know.
It's just like the area around Raccoon City.
It's just Raccoon City, and I don't think it's even like public knowledge about the zombies. I feel like that was covered up. Because when I played Resident Evil 7, it's just like, for most of the game, it's fully normal. So much so that I thought maybe it was a reboot, and like the other games hadn't happened in the world of Resident Evil 7.
Right.
Because it's not until the very end that you start getting like hints about Umbrella Corp and like Raccoon City and zombie stuff. So it seemed like none of the characters, because you're not like soldiers or anything in 7, you're just a normal guy. And,
what are you fighting until that point?
this family.
Oh, okay.
Your wife has gone missing, and you get a lead that she's been like seen around this house in this swamp. So you go there, and you're just fighting the family that live in this house for the whole game.
Oh, okay.
And they've been like mutated by a fungus type thing.
Cordyceps.
Kinda, but not. But also very much not. It's very good. It's a good game, but there's no zombies in that one, and there's no like hint that these people are living in a world where they're aware that zombies exist.
Right.
So I'm kind of feeling like, Resident Evil fans, let me know if this is the case or not, but the impression I got was that maybe what happened in Raccoon City was like contained and kept secret somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the characters you play as in the other games are like soldiers, right? I know that's the case in the first game.
Yeah, something like that. What are they, like members of STAR? Is
Yeah,
that what it's
yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It definitely seemed like it was all contained to Raccoon City anyway. And I personally think that is something that's interesting about Resident Evil, because pretty much every zombie thing is the whole world has fallen scenario.
Right. They're not able to contain it and everybody dies.
Yeah, I think the thing that sets Resident Evil apart is the fact that didn't happen. They actually did contain the zombies. But this show went the more well-trodden route of a worldwide apocalypse. We're back in the past, which I guess was the present when the show came out.
But it's the past.
Jade is coaching Billy on getting back at the asshole girl.
Just punch her in the tit.
Punch her in the tit, but she doesn't. She apologizes. And
what a loser.
In return, the girl shoves a burrito in her face.
What a waste of a burrito.
Right?
How mean do you have to be to ruin a whole burrito?
It was a whole burrito.
It's huge.
And like, she doesn't even get a good smear on it. Like, she just kind of presses it into her face a little bit.
Right.
But it's enough to ruin the burrito forever.
Because she throws it on the ground afterwards.
Wesker's watching footage from Tijuana, which appears to be a zombie outbreak. Typical Resident Evil
It could
stuff.
be anything. You don't know.
That's true. There could have been a really bad, like, burger accident. That could just be ketchup on the guy's face.
It's just an exorcism gone wrong. It has nothing to do with zombies.
It was a really bad company barbecue.
Every year this happens.
We see the horrible girl going to the bathroom, being followed by a raccoon mascot.
Who could it be?
Beats her up in the stalls.
Yeah. Finally gets what she deserves.
And then Billy gets pulled out of class, and the raccoon mascot suit gets found in her locker. Now we're in the principal's office, where Tammy's dad says that he's pressing charges until Billy's dad shows up.
And swings his dick around.
So Tammy's dad's name is Dave. As soon as Dave sees who Billy's dad is, he's like, oh shit.
He knows.
And you know, I did like this scene.
Yeah.
Wesker was pretty cool in this scene.
He was. I like him.
Yeah, he just... Because Tammy's dad was making a lot of threats, but then Wesker comes in and he's basically just like, hey, I'm the only person in the world who can do what I do for the company, but there's, hundreds of millions of people who do what you do.
Right, you're just a server jockey.
What happens if I call the people that own this town, the people that pay you and me and her? What happens if I call them and I say that I'm going to quit unless they fire you? No, I'm sorry. I don't want you fired. I want you blacklisted. I want it so that no tech company ever hires you. Not Apple, not Google. I want Pornhub to shred your resume. Now, if I say that, what do you think they're going to do, Dave?
I do also love that he pointed out his daughter beat up Billy first.
Yeah, twice. He attacked her twice.
Right, because it took a while to get to that point. I'm like, are we just ignoring that this was not an unprovoked attack?
Yeah. Yeah, so he very calmly turns the whole situation around to from Dave is going to press charges to Tammy gives an apology. And then the first apology, he's like, no, I didn't like that one. Give a better one, please.
I didn't like it. I didn't feel it. I need to believe it.
So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Him sticking up for his kid. I liked that. This is a very different Wesker than the one I saw in the games.
Yeah.
This is not the same guy. This guy has a lot more warmth to him from what we see in this episode.
I feel like it was Game Wesker. He'd just come in with a shotgun.
He'd just come in with a weird mutant arm and pick the guy up. Strangle him. So yeah, Tammy apologizes, promises to leave Billy alone, and then Wesker tells the principal that Billy will be taking a mental health day tomorrow. The principal is just like, oh yes, of course, okay.
Sure, whatever.
Billy knows that Jade did it.
We all know.
The thing I don't get is why would Jade put the costume in Billy's locker?
She wants people to think that Billy did it so that they won't pick on her.
I suppose, but then she seems so concerned about Billy getting in trouble. And it's like, what did you think was going to happen?
I guess she thought, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she didn't think that the principal would get involved, and then Billy would just open her locker and there'd be a raccoon head in there and stories would have circulated.
Yeah, well, apparently that does happen anyway. We don't actually see any results of that, but Jade insists that everybody loves her now after this. We go back to the future where Tate and Jade are having a conversation. This is where Jade explains more about the zombies, about how they lose their sight and hearing over a couple of years, so they basically just use smell to navigate.
Man, you'd be doomed.
Hey, I smell great. Oh, that would be a problem too, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
People always
Good,
comment. Listen,
bad.
you know when people hug Gordon Ramsay and they always comment that he smells nice?
I don't know how many times you have to assure me how good you smell.
That happens to me too, is what I was going to say.
I know what you're going to say because you've said it to me many times.
Well,
like you think the allegations about you smelling like farts are going to go away, but they're not.
Those allegations.
Somebody's going to keep spreading them.
We're all trying to find out who it is.
We're all trying to find out who dealt it.
Who could it be that keeps starting this rumor?
I don't know. I've got my team on it, but all of our leads are coming back dry.
She explains the T-virus a bit and explains that she's studying mutations in it. They keep calling the zombies zeros in this show.
Yeah.
Which I
Patient
think
Zero
is stupid. I don't care if it's like Patient Zero. In the games, they just call them zombies.
There's only one Patient Zero.
Yeah, in the games, they just call them zombies, and that's fine. Why do we have to...
I don't know.
Why do we need a new name?
Maybe it's like the whole Romero thing where you're not supposed to say the word zombie.
But this is Resident Evil.
Yeah?
They can say it.
This is a show based on Resident Evil, though. It's following film rules, not game rules.
Do they call them zombies in the movies? Have you seen any of the movies?
I saw one of the movies like 15 years ago. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember. Because I feel like it's only really since like Walking Dead that they're like, we have to come up with a different name for them everywhere.
We can't just not refer to them.
Don't call them zombies. They're called walkers or shamblers or shadows or creatures or, you know, everything has its own word for them.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with zombies.
But you're not supposed to be.
Zombies is the baby name.
No. I think if you want to get into the nitty gritty, because like zombies is putting a title on it, whereas you could just keep it like allegorical if you don't call them something specific, you know?
Yeah, but like who cares?
Film people.
I have the same feeling about it as I do when people insist on calling comics graphic novels. I'm like, just call them comics. It's fine. It doesn't make you sound more like an adult if you call them graphic novels.
It doesn't make you sound more like an adult if you don't call them zombies. I mean, you could also talk about how, like, they're not technically dead.
I guess, but they still call them zombies.
In the game.
Yeah, they're not technically dead in the game either.
I don't know.
It's the same, the way she describes the TiVo. I don't know about the, like, going blind and deaf thing. I don't know if zombies have ever survived long enough in the games for that to happen. But everything else she said about the T-virus is game lore accurate. They're not actually dead people. They're just infected with a virus.
Right.
They're not the reanimated dead like they are in The Walking Dead. Yeah, in The Walking Dead, they're explicitly dead people.
Right.
In Resident Evil, they're the opposite.
Explicitly live people.
Anyway, Tate talks a little bit about the ape outbreak. Because Jade's tattoo places her right in the center of it. I mean, she was right there at ground zero when the zombies started. Sorry, the zeros started. But she doesn't want to talk about it. And apparently Umbrella are on their way, because it turns out that Jade is like the top of the most wanted list.
Yeah, she has a big fat bounty on her head.
Yeah, so the scavengers have turned her in for that. And then we go back to the past again, where Billy is going to Umbrella to the lab to meet her dad for lunch. And this Joy for Kids ad is like horrifying on many levels.
Yeah.
It's like there's that
weird bear.
Hologram of a dancing bear that's ugly as all hell.
Introducing Joy for Kids!
And it's selling Joy for Kids. I don't know.
But we don't even know what Joy for Adults does yet.
Well, it's an antidepressant, right? I'm like 99% sure it's an antidepressant.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it turns them into virus people.
So Billy sits in a waiting room waiting for her dad, and she watches two staff members awkwardly flirt. And then she sees some bunnies get carted in, and it's extremely ominous for reasons that haven't really been explained yet.
But we know.
Do we?
I mean, yeah. I knew exactly where this was going when we saw the bunnies. I was like, she's going to want to rescue them, and she's going to release something that's infected.
Okay. I mean, I knew because I had it spoiled by the synopsis, but...
Oh, I mean, it's just pretty clear writing.
Okay. I felt like they hadn't really set it up. Like, we learn later that Umbrella Corp has been very public about not doing animal testing, but I feel like we should have learned that before this scene for this to make sense properly.
I don't think we did, because their extremely heavy-handed handling of Billy and her veganism and her saving the frogs already tells you exactly what she wants to do with those rabbits. We don't really need to know that they've been keeping it a secret.
Well, yeah, but they got so ominous with the music. Like, they went so hard on it.
What time are you thinking of making an appearance? Actually, could you give me your wife? I have your number, so. You know what?
And I didn't feel
because
I didn't feel like that was earned.
Well, that's because it's what starts the chain events.
just her seeing them like, yeah, okay, I would be like, yeah, she's going to want to free the rabbits. But the music went so ridiculously hard on it that I was
That's what tells us that that's what starts the infection.
I don't know that we even know that yet now, because according to the subtitle, the infection isn't going to start for another 3 months.
But it leads to her releasing the scary dog.
Well, whatever. That night, in bed, Billy's researching animal testing on her iPad. Jade comes in to apologize, and Billy says she'll forgive her if she does her a favor. And she wants help breaking into the lab to tell the world that Umbrella Corp is testing on animals while claiming not to.
It's gonna release all the bunnies.
It's gonna release all the bunnies. They go in. This was like, by the way, so they sneak into the lab using like a recording of Albert's voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wacky wild that it works.
Well, like, they're shining the light into the camera so it can't pick up their faces, and it just goes off of the voice.
Imagine that's all you need.
To break into a high security facility like this.
Yeah, you just need to record someone's voice and play it back. I mean, I guess they probably got like his key card as well or something.
They do have his key card. That's how she releases the dog.
But they're definitely gonna get seen on the cameras. I guess they don't care.
Right. Like, it's obviously going to get tied back to him, and since he wasn't the one who did it, his kids.
Yeah.
Like, I think they know they're going to get caught.
But since he's indispensable to the company, I guess they figure, what they're gonna do about it.
Right.
Anyway, back in the future again, Tate is planning on handing Jade over in exchange for a pass into Umbrella territory. That's what I'm saying, where it's like, clearly that's the affluent place where people still get to live nicely.
Right, but if her family is living there and she was at some point with her family, why is there such a high bounty on her from Umbrella?
That is a good question, and it's not answered in this episode.
No, it's not.
And she's only been gone for 6 months, so...
Right.
And like, unless her family aren't living in an Umbrella place, maybe there's other places that are still nice. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe it's just the UK that's a disgusting shithole.
No, because Disneyland is gone.
Oh, that's true. Dang it.
I mean, the UK is a disgusting shithole. Yeah, Jade tells Tate that they're never going to let him into Umbrella territory because he's damaged goods. I wonder if it's like Left 4 Dead, where they're like...
carriers?
Yeah. Like everybody outside probably has some kind of level of infection that they don't want to let them in or something.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't tell us much about that yet either.
So a chubby businessman arrives.
How do we feel about the comedically evil, comedically incompetent fat villain?
Right, because he like stumbles down the stairs when he's making his grand entrance. Yeah.
I'm like, what is the purpose of this caricature?
I don't know. It was a bit jarring with everything else going on around here.
It felt like a cartoon character that they just had to insert this wacky fat guy who's eating in one scene and tripping down the stairs in another.
Yeah, and he comes in and just shoots Tate in the head, casually.
It's weird.
His name is Richard Baxter. He's played by Turlo Convery, who played Tom Harry in Poldark and Arthur Parker in Sanditon. I don't know what either of those are. Sorry.
Me neither.
He's from Northern Ireland. That's all I know.
For him.
So he shoots Tate in the head, and then he orders the Umbrella soldiers to shoot everyone else in the camp, which they do. And Jade tries to escape in the confusion, and then we go back to the past again. All this...
Can't we just stick with a timeline?
Right, the synopsis of the show, whenever I saw a synopsis anywhere, instead of trying to hop back and forth in the synopsis, they've just separated the two narratives into two different sections, which I feel like might have been the better way to do it. I don't know.
I like the storytelling works. It's just irritating that it happens so often.
Yeah, that's the problem with it, because I feel like we're only ever in the future for like 5 minutes at a time at most.
Yeah.
And then
I think future episodes are going to spend more time in the future. Maybe we're done with the past after this. Who knows?
I don't know. It said there was 3 whole months, and every single episode has a double synopsis like that.
Okay.
So I think the whole show is split between the 2 time periods. So yeah, in the past, the girls enter the 4th level basement, which is full of caged animals. Billy's taking photos of a monkey. Jade logs into Albert's computer because, as they established earlier in the episode, his password for everything is Spock21.
Yep, and that includes his high security computer.
Yep. So she finds the video of Tijuana, of the bad barbecue. And then Billy opens a cage labeled Joy X Trial 998.
See, it's the joy thing. It makes people crazy.
Right. So that's another part where I'm like, how does this match up with, like, they're saying that the games did happen in the past in the show, but the T-virus didn't come from an antidepressant. It came from a military application thing.
Maybe they took the military application and tried to turn it into an antidepressant.
Maybe.
You know when things are prescribed off-label?
But it's created a Cerberus.
Yeah.
This is an actual, aside from the zombies themselves, this is the first Resident Evil game enemy that we see. Because Cerberus are one of the first things you fight in the first game.
I hate fighting zombie dogs.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
It's annoying, and I don't want to have to kill a dog. I don't care how much he's trying to kill me.
Yeah. Why are they always Dobermans?
Could you imagine like a little chihuahua running at you?
Yeah, I could.
It would be horrible. It'd be way worse. It's small.
Yeah, you'd have to deal with it.
Waste all
in a
your
different
bullets
way.
just aiming at it.
So the Cerberus chases them out of the basement. And I got some questions about this part because they run into an elevator and like we see the elevator doors close on the Cerberus.
And the dog patiently climbs the stairs to the exact floor they're on.
First of all, we see like immediately we see them emerge. They've gone up 4 floors, but they're still screaming when they emerge from the elevator. So did they just scream all the way up?
Maybe.
And then, yeah, like as soon as they get there, the dog is breaking through a door to get to them. So the dog apparently knew where the staircase was and which floor they were heading to.
Yeah, he's a smart dog. He's a zombie virus dog. But he's not smart enough to see them under a table.
Right. And that's the other thing, because they run and they hide in one of the conference rooms, which have glass walls. And they're hiding under the table. The dog saw them through several flights of stairs.
Right.
But he can't find them under a table in a glass-walled room. They can see him.
He can smell them. He's a dog.
Yeah, this dog. Anyway, the Joy for Kids ads come on again. And it gives their position away. The dog jumps up on the table, even though he would clearly be able to see them underneath. And then he's just sniffing around on the table. And also, the part where the dog jump scares them.
Yeah.
They're like, under the table, they're listening for the dog. They're like craning their necks trying to see where the dog is when it's on the table above them. And then somehow it like jump scares them from the front. And I'm like...
It felt very Scooby-Doo.
It was like, there's no way it could have surprised them like that. They would have seen it jump down from the table in front of them.
Right, or heard it.
Doesn't make any sense. Stupid.
Yeah.
And then they run from the dog, and then it gives them like 5 whole minutes to try to open the front door. Like, was there something that slowed it down?
I guess they just closed the door behind him, and even though he didn't have any problem busting through that metal door earlier, this glass door really stumped him.
How did he get in there in the first place?
Did it open? The door just opened.
I don't know. Did they just not close the door behind them when they came in?
Let me see. Let me see if this clears anything up. Come on, ladies, speed it up. Okay, so she's up. She's looking at the door. The door is closed. She thinks the dog has gone away. She locks... Oh, no, it's because they thought... She unlocked it. She unlocked the door because they thought the dog left.
Right.
And then the Joy ad gets triggered, and the dog comes running. So the door is now unlocked, and it just knocks it open.
Oh, but it couldn't do that on the way out?
I guess not. No, on the way out, it definitely breaks through the glass.
Yeah, but it waits so long to do it.
Right, and like the scene sets it up so it's so obvious what's about to happen.
Yeah, because that was what really struck me, because they're actively running from the dog, but then they need the voice recording to open the door, and they spend so long trying to get it to work.
They walk backwards, so they're standing in front of the conference room that the dog is in, and like the shot is framed so that one of the sisters is on either side, and there's like a big gap in the center. I'm like, I know exactly what's coming through that gap in the middle.
Yeah, they don't get away. Billy gets savaged by the dog. Jade clubs it to death with a fire extinguisher. But then, like, Billy's lying there, and we don't see any kind of wound on her. Jade isn't trying to stop any bleeding or anything. She's just caressing her face. But she's like dead for some reason.
She's just taking a nap.
I mean, yeah, we know that she's not dead, because, spoiler alert, we go back to the future. The soldiers are burning the place down, and Baxter catches up with Jade, and he's like, your sister's been looking for you. So, I guess her sister's alive and in charge of Umbrella now?
Yeah, because she's full of dog evil.
Oh, that's what it is.
The dog injected all of its evil into her.
It gave her the T virus. I actually don't know exactly how the T virus gets spread in the games, because you can get bitten a lot by the zombies and not turn into one in those games.
Well, maybe it's like Left 4 Dead again.
Yeah, maybe.
You're just immune.
All the STARS members are immune. That's the main prerequisite for joining the team.
Right. How likely are you to turn into a zombie?
Please rate your survivability on a scale of 1 to 9.
On a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being not very likely, 5 being highly likely.
So Jade, I guess, doesn't want to see her sister, so she just leaps down into the sea of zombies beyond the walls. And that's the end.
That's the end.
That's just how it ends. Forever.
She's dead. The end.
I noticed in the credits there are separate... it separates the zombie actors into stunt zeros and dancer zeros.
Dancer zeros?
I didn't notice any dancing zombies.
Is that like in Majora's Mask when you put on one of the creepy masks and the Redeads start dancing?
I'm assuming that the ones that were like running and stuff were considered stunt people, and the ones that just kind of
like falling all over each other.
Yeah, and the ones that just kind of stand around shambling were considered dancers, maybe. Like maybe they had a choreographer for that.
Maybe. I know that there are like zombie schools for some movies and stuff to teach you how to act like a zombie.
Yeah, maybe they had a zombie choreographer.
I bet they did.
Here's exactly how to
You gotta
shamble like a
shamble just
Resident
right.
Evil zombie.
You gotta get the jerk down just right.
No,
It's not quite robot jerk,
no, Timothy, that's the Monster Mash.
but it's a graveyard smash.
It's over. We've finished watching it. What did you
We
think?
beat it. It's okay. I don't love it.
Yeah, I need to see more of it to make a solid judgment.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like a bad show, but it doesn't seem particularly interesting either.
right.
I did find a lot of the teenage dialogue to be unbearable,
Yeah.
which is true of a lot of shows that include teenage characters and have no teenage
Yeah.
writers. Like, people just don't talk like that. Teenagers don't talk the way middle-aged writers think they do.
I don't know what the skibbity you're talking about.
If this show was made like a year later, there would have been a Skibbity Toilet reference in here.
Absolutely.
But like, so much of the stuff that is in here really dates it, you know? Like, we didn't need the reference to Zootopia porn.
It's such a specific era of internet time.
Yeah. And feels like it was out of date even for then.
Yeah.
But anyway. Anyway, the showrunner said that this is an alternate universe from the games, but uses the games as a backstory. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe we'll find out if we keep watching. But I don't feel super compelled to.
No. I feel more compelled to actually play a Resident Evil.
Yeah, maybe I'll start playing Resident Evil 2. I do have it. I have the remake, I think. Maybe I'll learn more about Resident Evil, ready for us to watch more of this.
Maybe.
So I'll understand.
Maybe one of us will have an idea what this series is about.
Do you want to ask me any questions?
We know there's no legacy.
You don't know that until you ask me.
Is there a legacy?
No. Probably not. I mean, I don't think so.
This show exists in a purgatory. There's no way it's impacting anything.
Yeah, this show got cancelled after one season, despite them having plans for more seasons. So I'm thinking that it's probably just going to get quietly swept away as an oddity in the Resident Evil series. Like, I don't even know if I don't think the games have ever even made reference to the movies, which are a lot more successful. So I doubt they're going to make any reference to this.
There was a reference to, I guess I'm thinking of the Monster Hunter movie. You don't ever know what'll happen.
I don't. Resident Evil fans, let us know.
How much did you hate this?
Or how much did you like it? I did look at some reviews for this, like user reviews. And the more recent ones are more positive. There's a lot of people showing up now who are like, I don't know what everyone was so mad about. I enjoyed this show.
Everyone was so mad about Zootopia porn, and then they shut their brains off and flooded it with negative reviews. That's what happens to every piece of media.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's one thing I don't like. I'm gonna review bomb it.
Yeah, well, does this podcast count as a review bomb of this show? I feel like we weren't exactly complimentary of it.
No. Are we dealing with Steam reviews where you can either give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or are we allowed to give it a maybe?
Oh, which one would you give it if it was just thumbs up or thumbs down?
Probably a thumbs down.
Yeah, I think I would too, based on this episode, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's particularly what fans are craving, and I don't think a non-fan would find it very interesting.
Well, are we somewhere in between?
Yeah.
We're somewhere in between fans and non-fans. I like Resident Evil, but I wouldn't consider myself a Resident Evil fan.
Yeah.
And I didn't enjoy this greatly. But I didn't hate, like, I would watch more.
Yeah.
Like I said, I need to watch more to form an opinion, for real. But if I am just basing it on this one and you're gonna put a gun to my head and say thumbs up or thumbs down, it's gonna be down.
No, I'm in the same boat as you. I didn't love this. I didn't hate this. I'm mildly interested in continuing, but like if I never watched another episode, I wouldn't lose an ounce of sleep.
Yeah, it didn't give me a reason to like, what happened next?
Right.
But it's just curiosity. That's all that would keep me going.
Yeah.
But also like knowing, I think the show ends on a cliffhanger since they had planned more seasons.
Great.
So knowing that it's like a show that doesn't conclude,
It doesn't have a satisfying ending.
yeah, would also like put me off continuing, I guess. Because apparently more characters from the games were supposed to show up in later seasons.
Yeah? Do we get to see Chris Redfield?
Hold on. What was there was a list of characters that were planned to appear.
Sheva?
Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Leon S. Kennedy, Claire Redfield, and Ada Wong were expected to appear in upcoming seasons.
The tried and true cast.
Yeah, but none of that happened.
No.
Apparently Lisa Trevor appears somewhere in this series. She's in Resident Evil 1. I think she's only in the remake, but she's like a big part of the plot in the Resident Evil 1 remake. She's like an early experiment. So I'd be interested to see that. I did do a little search through the synopses and her name didn't come up, so I don't, that kind of implies to me that she has a very minor role, but...
She is a cameo.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll all see.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
We've almost beat it. We've almost defeated Halloween for another year.
It'll regain its strength and come back, but we'll be there to stop it.
Just one more fight to go.
This one's almost as long as the final fight.
Is it?
It was an hour long.
Yeah, but how long's the other one? Longer, I bet.
Yeah, like an hour and a half, probably.
We can't really say too much without giving away what it is. If I give the exact runtime.
We've been having some long and grueling battles, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All for the sake of Halloween. And defeating it, I guess.
I would like to thank our club VIPs, Mark Kelly and Jamie Core, and our club Mesmeron, Eugene Lattig, for supporting our show and believing in us.
They're our Halloween warriors. They give us the spirit. They pray, and we get stronger to fight Halloween.
If you'd like to join them in adding to our power and making us unstoppable, you can head to patreon.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub and sign up for giving us money. Or not. You know, there's free stuff on there sometimes too. I'm Skull Pirate Mike, and I stream and things on the internet at twitch.tv/SkullPirateMike. I'm doing Halloween games. I probably should do another Resident Evil, shouldn't I?
Do it.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to stream
Yeah.
Resident Evil. I'm announcing it now. I'll probably will have already started streaming it by the time this episode comes out. But I'm going to do Resident Evil 2.
I'm Mel, and I'm the one that makes Halloween up every year.
Wait,
I make it strong again.
wait. I didn't know that.
We have to have something to do every year, so I go and I feed it my power, and Halloween wakes up.
What? This whole thing? Oh, we're going to talk about this.
Bye.
Bye. Are we too stupid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been saying that for years. You keep putting a microphone in front of me.